like to welcome everyone to the April 20th School Board meeting. I'd like everyone to know we do have a quorum, and we'll start our program off with the Pledge of Allegiance. And the Pledge of Allegiance by, Avoca Elementary School, 5th graders Titus Light and Carter Shipley. Would you come up?
Attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We're required by law to have the first, when a director's contract comes up for renewal, it must be the very first thing that we do by law, and we're very pleased to be able to do that tonight. So we'd like to take up the director's contract. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? I think we're very glad to have an excellent director, the director of the year in the state. So to be able to get her for another 4 years is awesome. So we'll take our vote.
Secretary Taylor.
Yes.
Chair Butcher.
Yes.
Mr. Cuddy.
Yes.
Ms. Henson. Yes. Vice Chair Darnell.
Yes.
That passes unanimously, more or less. Okay. Here we go. Our first item of business is consent items, adoptions, and approval. We have minutes for the March 23rd, 2026 Board of Education meeting. Has included financial reports, surplus and obsolete items, and that information. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Jenkins?
Vice Chair Darnell.
Yes.
Mr. Cuddy.
Yes.
Chair Butcher.
Yes.
Ms. Henson.
Yes.
Secretary Taylor.
Yes.
Thank you. Hearing of delegates. Our first delegation will be SCOPE, that's Students' Congress on Policies and Education presentation. Mr. Helving?
So every year, the Tennessee School Board Association hosts the Student Congress on Public Education at Belmont University in Nashville. We took 4 delegates this year. We took them from the Teaching as a Profession class. So I took 2 juniors and 2 seniors, and one has managed to make it tonight. We had one who was playing soccer, one who couldn't get out of work, and one who was working on their Eagle Scout project. And so this is Hannah Lowe. Hannah's one of the juniors we took with us, and I have to say, I let them, it's the Student Congress on Policy and Education, not the Mr. Helvey Congress on Policy and Education. So I tried to stand back and just let them be as involved as they wanted to be, make whatever connections they wanted to make, and really learn about what goes into public education policy that's probably going to define the things that they do in a job that they're going to have in the near future. So I'm going to let Hannah do most of the speaking about what they experienced and went through there. So.
Hello, my name is Hannah Lowe, as he said. I'm a junior at Tennessee High. I am in band. I also do color guard, and At the Scope conference, it was in Nashville at Belmont, which is really cool. Seeing Belmont was really fun because it's a really big campus and it's so gorgeous. But at that conference, we got split into groups. It was by grades, so I was in a group with some juniors from everywhere. There were some people from places that I didn't even think existed in Tennessee, but it was really nice being able to like meet all these people and get to know like their backgrounds from their schools. And we talked about how a school board is run, and we did kind of like a mock school board meeting. So we had, I think it was 5 of us were like as like one of the board members. I was actually technically one of the board members on that. And then we elected a superintendent. We did like elections. They just spoke what they thought, and then we just elected one. And we did a school board meeting. Our topic was over if funding should be moved from CTE courses from related arts courses to CTE courses. And we had great discussions about that. And that really opened my mind because in our teaching class, we talked about those topics. But when we actually talked a lot of like different opinions were brought in because of like all the people from different areas. So we had a deep discussion, and we talked a lot about different ideas about if that topic, like what the topic was related on. And it really opened my eyes on people's perspectives of things. And it was a great opportunity to have. And then we elected someone as as the head of our group, and then the groups debated against other groups over topics of different topics. The junior class topic was over if school club sports should be counted as a PE credit, and that was a really fun debate. It got a little heated there, even from teenage juniors. There's a lot of strong words said, but it was a really fun thing to be a part of, and hopefully I get to go next year too as well, since I'm a junior. So hopefully I get to go my senior year. But it was a really great opportunity, and I'm glad I got to have it.
Thank you, Hannah.
I left this out of my little introduction, but while I'm at it, I wanted to thank Bristol, Tennessee City Schools and the school board for supporting us and doing this every year. I just took it over this year, but I know that the teacher that had it before me did it for the last 10. And I want to say that I think it's a super enlightening experience, particularly with this new teaching as a profession program that we're adding across the state. For people who, like Hannah, who are in a few years maybe going to be a teacher, but don't really know the big picture, what goes on behind it outside of the classroom, what's involved in running a local education organization. So, like I said, I just want to extend my thanks to you guys for to continue to support that. So.
Well, thank you for supporting the students. And Hannah, if you'd go ahead, Dr. Tudor has a presentation for you. And congratulations for being part of this program. We're fortunate to have another presentation tonight. It'll be from Avoca Elementary School, and the promo reads, "We'll present an overview of school initiatives focused on strengthening family and community engagement, along with efforts to promote a positive student culture through school-wide behavioral supports." I'm anxious to hear this.
Good evening, and thank you guys for having us here tonight. I am Beth Light, and I'm serving as the interim principal right now, and I have with me Ashley Messer, who is our curriculum coach and our interim program assistant, and then we tugged at Kathy Bryant's arm. She does a lot of wonderful things at our school and is behind a lot of the events that we have. But Ashley and I first just want to say thank you to the support in this experience and this opportunity that we've had to serve as interim. We look forward to Ms. McKee's return, but we have felt an abundance of encouragement and support from multiple people in this room. So thank you for answering all the questions and all the phone calls and things like that, and for your kind words. So tonight we are going to talk a little bit about how we build community at Avoca. Things that, sorry, you can do that. Things that we know a lot of people, a lot of schools in our district do, and I have loved seeing different schools share how they get their parents and their students involved. But this is just sharing how we do it at Avoca. So at Avoca, we're working to build a strong school community through intentional family engagement and a focus on positive student behavior, student culture. And we've done that in a couple of different ways. So looking first at family and community, and over time, a lot of things have changed to where parents may feel like they don't really have the opportunity to just come in the school during the school day and be a part of their child's learning experiences. You know, we've had a lot of things that have happened that have given those reasons for that. So one of the things that I've loved about coming to Avoca is seeing how they include families in the learning process for students and actively engage their families in different ways with some after-school events. At Avoca, they're very intentional. We're very intentional about creating learning opportunities for families, helping them be a part of their child's experience, and also be engaged in learning new tools that they can take home to engage with their child. So just a couple of things that take place at Avoca: math and literacy night, our book fair, which a lot of schools do, but I just love seeing the turnout, art show, music performances. We're going to talk a little bit about our Read Across America and how we get the community involved in that, and college and career night. And one thing I can say that I love about being a part of Avoca is when the doors are open, the house is full. And I've just loved being a part of watching how they draw those people in. So when we're thinking about creating these opportunities for families and creating connection, the first thing we look at is the opportunity. Inviting the families to be engaged and providing hands-on experiences. So we have events like our math and literacy night that give practical tools for families to learn at home, and our college and career events that get students thinking about their future that their parents and their families get to be a part of. And then bringing real-world community connections. Ms. Cross, our librarian, did a wonderful job, especially this past year, of bringing in a lot of guests for our Read Across America Week, and guests from all different parts of life and different careers, and that was really good for the students to hear how important reading is in various careers. We give parents the opportunity to be involved through participating in school-wide events, and we create the opportunity for them to feel valued and included in their child's learning. And then we're always looking for growth. We want our families to grow, we want our students to grow, and we really want our relationships to get stronger, because I think we all know that when we build those strong relationships, that's the foundation for a child being successful. And then just developing a shared sense of ownership in the students' learning and pride in their school community. So, like I said, whenever I see these events come up, I get excited, because that means that we're going to have a lot of people in the building, and we want to create that strong partnership with our families and increase their involvement. So I'm going to have Kathy talk a little bit about some of the events that we've hosted.
Up here on the board, most of these are from open house. And I think when I first started teaching, this is what most events at school look like. it was parents came in and we introduced you to their teacher, and you can see up there we have teachers telling about the expectation and the standards that students are going to learn about this year. This is also an opportunity where we get parents who might feel intimidated by technology. We get them signed up for Canvas, we get them signed up for Power School, but this night is really about us giving information to parents and just an introduction to Avoca, a chance to put eyes on a teacher so that when you email or hear from them, you know who it is. A lot of our activities have changed from just family involvement to family engagement. And so those happen throughout the year as well. So here you have some pictures from our reading night, which is one of our Title I activities. We just have some fun things where children make bookmarks, but we also have some activities where parents participate. We have, actually there's a picture up there from a math night where children and their families were working on, it's almost like a breakout room, but it's a game that teachers prepared for a math activity in the classroom with parents at night. Part of that was to show parents what the students are doing in the classroom, but the other part was to show them that it's okay to make mistakes and be wrong, and we expect that to happen, and they experienced it firsthand as they were trying to solve the math problems to be able to open the box at the end of the night. But trying to get parents in, first of all, we've got to have them there, and then once we're there, we want to make sure that they know what's going on at school so that when they're at home, they can support our students at school. We're helping to build trust and a sense of purpose for parents. In these pictures, you have probably heard about reading parties. This is one of our favorite things. We do quarterly reading parties, and you all know Kay Ward coordinates this with us. We have snacks for people, which is always a big draw. We have guest readers, and we've had a variety of guest readers entertain our students with stories. Students also get to take home a book to build their home libraries. This is one of their favorite. Actually, we just had our last reading party last week, and one mom said to me, I've been coming to reading parties at Avoca for 9 years, and this is my last year because her child is in second grade and they're aging out of reading parties. So it really has become a tradition that parents look forward to, but they create a game or an activity to take home. We sent them home with ideas for sight word hopscotch and word blending hopscotch and mazes that they can do with sidewalk chalk. So they all went home with some sidewalk chalk, and then we talked about Charlotte's Web because that's going to be the summer reading book, and we wrote comprehension questions on a beach ball, and we sent them home with a beach ball to play a game with their children at home. So these reading parties and our reading and math night are really about providing parents with an opportunity to make something, take it home, and discuss or do activities, school activities with their children at home. But you can see this is another fun way that we get the community and parents involved. They love watching their children perform. We always have a 4th grade and a 5th grade performance, and our pre-K always has a performance at the end of the year. These are big draws. And here's our college and career readiness night, and if you're not busy on May 12th, I would extend an invitation for you to come. But we have a wide variety of activities for parents and students to participate in. You can see we have everything from fire trucks. Last year we even had, goodness, I've lost my train of thought. A blacksmith, that's the word I was looking for, sorry. We had a blacksmith there, so we try to give children lots of different opportunities. You can see we've had some high school students come in from the CTE program, and I think even though they're older and they're adult-like to our elementary students, I think it's great for them to see what that looks like when you're still in school. So those kinds of discussions and choices happen so that parents can sort of help prepare their children for choices that they'll be making in middle school and even high school. And the last one, again, shows some math and reading activities. We really try to make it fun and engaging and entertaining. We have glow nights We usually have a theme, and you can see that parents and teachers are working with students so that they can learn those games and take them home with them. And of course, we have awards. We have our PTA awards. You can see some reflections, but also end of the year, we have art show, which is always a big hit. And then a lot of students participate in accelerated reader, which of course boosts literacy and reading at our school as well. So those are all things that we enjoy with our students. Okay.
I also want to just shout out our music teacher, Miss Peters, and our art teacher, Miss Williams. They put every effort that they have into creating these really engaging nights for our families and for students to just be proud of their work and be proud of all the things that they've learned. And it's spectacular to watch. And then this is what I was mentioning before, the work that Miss Cross did with our Read Across America Week, and just having, of course, all schools love, all elementary schools love their dress-up days at least, but really bringing in those community leaders. We had some community, some board members, and Dr. Tudor come and just show them how important reading is and how it's important in all parts of our lives. So I just want to shout out those teachers. It really, it takes everyone, and their everyone at Avoca is just, what can we do and how can we make this fun for students and for their families?
And my favorite part is building that positive school culture, taking those behaviors and creating good habits that they can go out into the workforce, and we're working on making good humans. We aren't only producing intelligent thinkers. One of our missions is to build their character as well. And we do that in a couple of ways. One of those is through our golden tickets, and that is a school-wide initiative. It happens all the way from our cafeteria staff all the way up to Miss Light. So, and all the people in between our building. When they see a child producing the right behaviors, we reward them with a golden ticket, and they get to come in the mornings and line up and get a treasure. The other thing that we do is our class dragons. We do that every week. It is team-based. Our related arts, it's basically within our related arts behaviors that they portray throughout the week, earns them points, and then they get recognized in the morning, and then a dragon appears in their classroom. And finally, my favorite, the positive office referrals. We do positive office referrals for the most minute thing to the biggest. We had an initiative in March where the office, Miss Powers, took over, and she created a board where our students, our teachers turned in positive office referrals on students, and they were recognized for many expectations. So,
one of the most fun thing that has been a part of doing the positive office referrals is different people in the building taking the opportunity to recognize those that are not often recognized. And so we've taken that, and Ms. Messer had the wonderful idea that we need to share those over the intercom. Why not? Why not tell and say, this is what this student was recognized for? And I think that one of the greatest moments is whenever we'll hear from a teacher, the whole class cheered when you said that kid's name, because it may have been someone who was not often recognized. So we're just trying to take those opportunities and the relationships that these after-school opportunities take that we can build with their families and connect it and share these things. Their positive office referrals, the first thing I say to them is, you can take this home. You get to take this home and show the message that your teacher or the staff member wrote, and then that I wrote, and you get to take it home, and they get so excited. So we know that building those relationships is where building their positive behavior and building their educational success begins. We have just a few pictures of some kids in line in the morning for their golden tickets, and like Ms. Messer said, it just builds staff connection so well because, our custodian could hand them a golden ticket for recognition, our EAs, anybody, and I love, I don't get to ask every student, but I said, how did you get your golden ticket? And to make them really think about their behavior, and that's great. And then I know Ms. McKee has always started the year with each grade level going over our expectations, and that's when we introduce the dragons and give them the opportunity to be introduced to that. And there's just a few of our positive office referrals that we've had since March specifically, because that really gave them quite a bit of excitement. And I wanted to throw in that a lot of these things were initiated well before my arrival. Like I said, Ms. Bryant, she's, what can we do to get families in and engage our students and build those relationships. And my kids had to make a move this year, and leaving the wonderful people at Anderson was not an easy task to talk them into, but being at a school like Avoca has really they feel what it took me a little bit longer to feel, and is how much of a community our elementary schools are. Sometimes it can feel a little isolated, and that kind of helped them make that connection. So I'm appreciative of that, and it's been really great. So just some positive results that we've seen is the family support. When you have to make a tough phone call home, it's a lot easier whenever you've already made that connection with families, or when we get to make those positive phone calls home. So all of those things have really helped build relationships and make communication a lot easier. We have been striving to continually lower our chronic absenteeism, and with the exception of 2, I'm going to say sick months, we've stayed below those that 10% goal. And I think that building these relationships and setting that foundation it's a part of that. There's other work that goes in there, but I think it encourages students to come home, and then just increase student engagement in the classroom. So looking ahead, we do always want to continuously improve, and one of the things that I loved from the Fairmount presentation was just their student leadership. So we've already started that discussion of how we can build more student leadership opportunities and help our students have the opportunity to take on those roles of leading and setting examples for students, but to also encourage them in that, because that can be a little intimidating sometimes. So that's what we're looking to do, hopefully starting next year and next year. And last but not least, I just wanted to say that, again, all of this I've come in are things that happened long before I was there as a staff member. But that little girl there is me when I was in 6th grade at Avoca. And I had some pretty hard years whenever I was there. And I love that I get to go and see how that's expanded, how the support that I felt then, and I truly mean that, and the encouragement that I have had from this staff and from multiple people, I get to be a part of now, and I get to pay it forward a little bit. So I just want to thank those people. I want to thank you and the people of this district who just consistently support and encourage leadership and growth. So I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ladies. That's really really nice, positive. Every session we have a report from schools, and it's just so gratifying to hear everybody talk about the love they have for their building, their colleagues, their students, their parents. I mean, it's so positive, and it can't help but rub off. It rubs off on me, so thank you very much. I think we have another Avoca student here on our board. Do we not?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. Do we have any comments from the public tonight? Ms. Oakley? All righty. Okay. Ms. Wingo, how are you? I am fine. We have corresponded. I just haven't met you in person. Feel free to take the podium and
My name is, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great. My name is Jenna Wingo, and I wanted to thank the Board of Education here for listening to Public School Strong, my proud blue Public School Strong shirt. I just wanted to introduce our organization and talk a little bit about something that happened in the legislative session this past week. Public School Strong has some continued concerns with the Education Freedom Act voucher expansion bill, which just passed this week in the General Assembly. We are so thankful to you in supporting the Tennessee School Board Association in opposing the voucher expansion, and then for continuing to communicate those concerns with Representative John Crawford and Senator Bobby Harshbarker. Public School Strong is a local group of educators, parents, community members. We're spread across the entire Tri-Cities area, which is why there's only 2 of us here tonight. But we've been attempting to try to be here as much as we can. We know that state legislators shape educational policy here in Tennessee, but we also know that our Board of Education deserves to have a voice too. We want what all Tennesseans want. We want fully funded, high-quality, equitable public schools for every child. For those of you who are not familiar with vouchers, last year Governor Lee passed this unpopular universal voucher scheme. It funneled over $155 million of taxpayer funds into private school programs. It is unaccountable. It's kind of shrouded in secrecy. TCAP isn't even required for these private schools, so we don't actually know if vouchers improve student outcomes. We do know that with our public schools. The program has only been in effect for a year, and despite bipartisan calls for more information on the voucher program, policymakers have already blocked those 2 bills, which would have required just basic data collection. We won't know how many of these vouchers will be going to students already enrolled in private schools, so that's another transparency problem. Even though these vouchers are being framed as offering parent choice, it actually uses public tax dollars, and studies basically show that that's going ultimately more towards wealthier families and their private school tuition. So Public School Strong put together an informational brochure. I think each one of the Board of Education members got one. I just wanted you to have that because that's what we use for all of our data and information. It was put together by EdTrust Tennessee Research. We have extras too if anyone in the community would like more information about vouchers. EdTrust Tennessee provides in-depth analysis and expert guidance to shape educational policies. As you all know, Education Freedom Act, the voucher expansion, passed this past week on Thursday. So it's really important to have this information so we can be prepared for any future legislation about vouchers. Analysis from EdTrust Tennessee estimates vouchers could divert up to $861.9 million in public taxpayer funds to private savings accounts in just the first 5 years alone. And now we have another $310 million because of what just passed in the General Assembly going to 35,000 scholarships.
In Arizona, and this information I'm about to tell you is also in this brochure, in Arizona, they started the voucher program before Tennessee did. And when it was proposed, the fiscal projection for the year 2024 was $65 million, but the state of Arizona, ultimately faced costs of $738 million in that 1 year. So just being aware of this and being prepared for any future legislation about vouchers is really important. Also, something to note, students with disabilities must waive their civil rights guaranteed by the IDEA to get vouchers, which is also a very significant concern. Under TISA, our state funding formula, vouchers are fully covered by the state of Tennessee, which as a result means that our taxpayer funds are going towards these vouchers. 51% of public school students would receive less per student funding in state dollars than voucher recipients. Public School Strong is very happy to announce that we were working with Washington County Board of Education, and they reaffirmed their anti-voucher resolutions on April the 2nd, so just a couple weeks ago, and then Hawkins County Board of Education did as well on April the 9th. So very excited about that. We are concerned that in the future another voucher expansion bill will return to the General Assembly now that we've had two. And more public school funding is going to just be divested away from our students and our schools. So very thankful to you in your continued mission to oppose vouchers. Thank you for your service to our students and our community.
Thank you, Ms. Wingo. We appreciate public school, opportunities and the things that you guys are doing to support public schools, and I always appreciate your being a part of it. Okay. We have, under old business, we have some policies on second reading. I will list the policies: 1.404, policy 2.200, policy 2.400, policy 2.700, policy .2703, policy 2.900, policy 3.202, policy 3217, therapy dogs, which Dr. Tudor will be glad to talk to you about at length here in a few minutes. Policy 3600 and policy 6204, which does have one change since first reading. So do I have a motion to approve these policies on second reading?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Ms. Henson?
Yes.
Secretary Taylor?
Yes.
Vice Chair Darnell?
Yes.
Chair Butcher?
Yes.
Mr. Cuddy?
Yes.
All right, those policies are now passed on second reading. New business, we have several things on new business tonight. Our first one is a preschool development grant that is being recommended. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Ms. Jenkins?
Mr. Cuddy?
Yes.
Ms. Henson?
Yes.
Secretary Taylor?
Yes.
Vice Chair Darnell?
Yes.
Chair Butcher?
Yes. All right, textbook recommendation. Dr. Tudor is recommending board approval of the wellness textbook adoption, Wellness Human Kinetics, and Life Well, Foundations of High School Health. Do I have a motion to approve?
I move that we accept these textbook recommendations.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Ms. Jenkins?
Ms. Henson?
Yes.
Secretary Taylor?
Yes.
Vice Chair Darnell?
Yes.
Mr. Cuddy?
Yes.
Chair Butcher?
Yes. The third item of business is Lottery for Education after-school programs. That's the LEAPS application. Do I have a motion to approve that application?
I move to approve that application.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We have 2 seconds. Do we have any discussion? Ms. Jenkins?
Secretary Taylor,
Yes.
Chair Butcher,
Yes.
Ms. Henson,
Yes.
Mr. Cuddy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Darnell.
Yes.
All right, the next item is the multipurpose building at the THS track. This is something we've been working on for quite a while. Dr. Tudor is recommending board approval of the AE, there's architect's fee proposal from Thompson Litton for the architectural and engineering services for the new sports auxiliary facility project located at 1112 Edgemont Avenue in Bristol, Tennessee. The scope of these services will include design, bidding, and contract administration of a new 8 to 10,000 square foot multipurpose facility with an estimated construction cost of $2,250,000. The proposed fee for this service is $168,000, or approximately 7.5% of the estimated construction cost. Do I have a motion to approve?
I so move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? I would like to thank Kurt for all his work he's done on this. He always comes up with the best options that we have, and it will be under budget and on time, or Dr. Tudor gets very anxious. Ms. Jenkins?
Mr. Cuddy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Darnell,
Yes.
Ms. Henson,
Yes.
Chair Butcher,
Yes.
Secretary Taylor.
Yes.
Next item is the awning at Haynesville Elementary School. Dr. Tudor is recommending board approval of a PO in the amount of $64,000 for supply and installation of Haynesville awning by Interstate Awning of Bluff City, Tennessee. This project will be paid for utilizing PTA funds along with capital project funds and will take place over the summer to avoid interruption and ending of the school year activities. Please pardon me, I'm a bit jet lagged and I'm just slurring, but, okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Jenkins?
Secretary Taylor,
Yes.
Chair Butcher,
Yes.
Ms. Henson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Darnell,
Yes.
Mr. Cuddy.
Yes.
Motion approved. We have several items regarding this next item. Is Tennessee High steep slope roof contract termination authorization. Based upon the failure to timely and appropriately complete the roof project at Tennessee High School by Richardson Construction Group, Russellville, Tennessee, we seek approval to inform Westfield Insurance Company, that's the surety for the performance bond, that we are considering declaring the RCG is in default for the contract. This is the first requirement to make a claim under the bond. The bond company will then request a meeting with school representatives and RGC representatives. Based upon the failure to timely and appropriately complete the roof project at Tennessee High School by Richardson Construction Group, we seek approval for Dr. Tudor to have authorization to terminate the contract if necessary. This is also a condition that needs to be met in order to make a claim under the board. And in summary, we seek approval to A, notify the bond company of our consideration of declaring Richardson Construction Group in default, B, to conduct the meeting with Richardson Construction Group and the bond company, and then C, to authorize Dr. Tudor to terminate the contract with Richardson Construction Group if necessary. Do I have a motion to approve this?
I so move.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just one comment that Mr. Rutherford has made. I mean, I guess we've heard about it for months now, just trying to get the punch list done, everything done. So this has kind of been months in the making, but unfortunate, but I don't really see another way to make sure we're protected in the future.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Mr. Cuddy.
Yes.
Secretary Taylor,
Yes.
Chair Butcher,
Yes.
Vice Chair Darnell,
Yes.
Ms. Henson.
Yes.
That passes. All right, we have now a report from our Director of Schools, Dr. Annette Tudor.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank, I think Mr. Helvey had to leave, but Hannah, you've stuck it out. That's impressive that you're here. So thank you for being here. Our board members love to hear from students, so thank you for presenting tonight. So glad you had a great experience and got to see a glimpse of what these folks do up here for our school system. So thank you for that. And thank you to Avoca, Ms. Light, Ms. Messer, and Ms. Bryant for all that you do at Avoca. One of the things that I think is that I'd like to highlight is we've been talking deeply about our district plan for the state. Our team has been working heavily on that. Schools are going to soon start working on their school plans. We've also been deep into budget discussions, and what I think is important to note is there's so much going on in our school district and our schools, and we get to see glimpses of that with what happens at Scope, but obviously what happens at Avoca, all the things that you guys shared tonight. The presentations that principals share, I think, are really bring to light our budget, or bring to life our budget and our school plan, so you all see what that really looks like. It's different when represented in paper, I know, so I hope you all appreciate that. There's just so many things to celebrate about public schools, and you got a glimpse of that tonight, and so grateful that the greatest honor of my life is serving this district in this way. So thanks for renewing my contract for another 4 years. My husband will appreciate that. And I am not going to steal the thunder. I'm going to let Mr. Arrington steal the thunder and share the latest news of our newest therapy dog.
He comes tomorrow. His name is Patches.
Patches.
Students voted. There were 4 names and Patches one vote.
So there he is. Isn't he beautiful? Look at Miss Jenkins pulling him up. We are so excited that Patches is coming tomorrow. Super excited. And he gets to spend time with the Rutherfords, right? Miss Rutherford is the primary handler, and we'll be hosting him when he's trained in the library at Fairmount, and he'll go home with the Rutherfords. So pretty excited about that. Thank you, Mr. Arrington. Sorry to put you on the spot. We started testing today, TCAP and end-of-course testing. Just a reminder that Tennessee High School has a remote day tomorrow. Students who are testing in math, any math, will come to school. Everybody else is remote. I think I have that right. And everybody who's remote can still come and get breakfast and lunch if they need that service. That will be available to any Tennessee High School student. Also, an invitation for Arbor Day. Every year we celebrate Arbor Day. We rotate that. This year it's going to be on April 24th at Fairmount at 1 p.m. We partner with Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services. They provide the tree. But also Jeremy Stout from the Nature Center is on hand to really share with, it's usually 5th grade, I'm assuming that's be 5th grade again, who kind of help and plant that tree and get a great history of what Arbor Day means, not only in our community but also nationwide. The Power of Play Youth Sports Day is Friday, May 1st at the Tennessee Middle School track. That's from 5:30 to 7:30. That's put on by Coordinated School Health and others. It's track and field events. Our book bus is there. We have a host of community vendors who come. It's really a great opportunity for family engagement district-wide. And I think today is the last day to register for a t-shirt. If they register online, they could get a t-shirt, so there's still a little bit of time left. And then we're also registering for our summer stream camp. Registration is open until May 13th. That's summer school for rising kindergartners through rising 9th graders. And that's free to all of our students. It's basically Monday through Thursday every week in June 1st through the 25th. And that's all I have, I think.
Thank you. So there was a song in the 60s called Patches, We're Depending on You, so I don't know if that, whatever. Okay. Our city liaison is not here tonight. Ms. Akewood was unable to be here. She's out of town. Any comments from the board?
I just want to say, in hearing everything that was presented tonight, especially in Dr. Tudor's report on all the activities that happen in our system, you can see why we feel strongly about the voucher bill and why we want public schools supported. Because once you start cutting funds to public schools, you start cutting programs. And so we really don't want to see that happen. Thank you, Ms. Wingo.
Just thank you. Keep the fight up. You know, politicians get tired of hearing from school boards. So it's the people, the voters, who make the change. So you all keep fighting. We'll do our part in supporting, but you keep doing the fight because you are the difference makers. Thank you.
Let me echo that. Thanks. I'm so glad this is on TV because those words will go out there. This is early voting season in Sullivan County in particular for some of the county things. So I hope everyone's asking, you know, these folks that are running for office, well, how do you, propose to support public education? It's easy to say, but hard to do when it comes down to it sometimes. So thank you again, always, for your work. Our next regular meeting is May 18th, 2026 at 6 p.m. We are adjourned.